Welcome everybody to the Pardon. Welcome everybody to the grand final set of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. This will be pitting Mystical Chain, Noel's team, versus the Dutch Inkays, Quest Requested's team. Both trainers here have come a very long way to make it to this spot, and the winner of this set will be declared the victor of the entire draft league. This set will be best 2 out of 3, so the winner will need to win 2 matches. I'm Fingered Witch from Butcher Blissies, and I will be commentating along with Lion Hugs of Whooper Blooper.
Hello.
As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available today are Mega Sableye, who is absent from Mystical Chain, and Mega Steelix, which is present from the Dutch Inkays. Additionally, the Z Pokemon are Mew, which is absent, and Lycanroc Dusk, which is present and can use any Z moves from Mystical Chain, and Azumarill, which is present, as is Hydreigon, and the former can use any Z move, and the latter can use attack Z moves. So let's take a look at these teams here. First of all, I think it's really interesting that we have Golbat versus Crobat.
It's like family battle.
Yeah, father versus son. Father versus daughter. Oh no. PvP. The best bat wins.
PvP zone enabled. Situation bat.
Family fire is enabled.
And then
interesting assortment of typings. I'm seeing a steel on each side, a grass on each side, a dragon on each side, a water on each side, and a flying bat on each side.
Yeah, and I'm just like wondering, just because I face Quest in the playoffs as well, like I know that Azumarill is really deadly with that Whirlpool and Perish Song combo. So that could particularly be used as kind of maybe like a last-ditch resort in terms of like any Pokemon that gives Quest any kind of trouble. Which all I could really think of might be like Milotic, honestly. Just because like Milotic tends to be like the tank for Noel, consistently recovering and stalling people.
Yeah, that would certainly be one way to take it down.
Of course, that would have... of course, I mean, Quest could also probably use Delmise as well to probably counter Milotic, but we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see how Kecleon factors into this match.
Oh, true, yeah, with Kecleon, with potential type switching and all that.
Yeah, I remember... I think it was the previous match Noel did, it was versus, I think it was Porygon Z.
Oh, a conversion.
That used conversion, and Noel used that to trap Porygon Z into converting into an electric type so that Noel could bring out a ground type and decimate it. So it'll be interesting to see if they use a similar strategy to take out Kecleon.
Potentially, yeah. I wouldn't put it past Noel to plan that far ahead for Kecleon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm very curious as to how this is going to go.
Same, very, very much same. I'm also wondering just what exactly Magneton and Golbat have. I always kind of assume, since they're not fully evolved Pokemon, they'll both have Eviolite, but it's usually like one or the other that has Eviolite, if any. So we'll see.
That would be the expected strategy, and sometimes Noel doesn't do what other people expect.
Exactly. I'm also curious to see. At first, I was going to be like, looks like Volcarona's making an appearance this match, but there's always another match after this. But regardless, Noel also brought Lycanroc, which can also sweep as well. So it's not like Noel's like without like a heavy hitter. Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, Quest generally doesn't play super stally or like super switchy-outy, scoopy, I guess.
Well, without our Mungus, definitely, yeah.
yeah, true. Frickin' Amoongus, God.
It's alright, well, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, well, so those are our initial comments, and because Noel, Quest, and I are all watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I had one last thing here, and that is... It's time to And
I'm sorry, I couldn't even hold it in. All right, we'll get started. And by the way, I'm watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, just so you know. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, all 4 of us.
It's all right. Let's begin.
The battle started between Questwick. Never mind.
It's a long name.
Yeah, it is. Bit of a tongue twister. So first we have Nash the Golbat versus Automatrix the Magneton. Ooh, now it's Steel versus Steel type.
I was gonna say that Magneton's probably gonna try to do a Volt Switch as a scout, but with the introduction of Steelix, that prevents that from happening. So
Yeah.
I'll probably have to
Steelix
switch
has-
out manually. Or Magnet Rise, interesting.
And now Steelix has the Shrapnel out, so you know it's going to get hard. Stealth Rock, unfortunately.
Oh, and
Ooh,
Hidden Power. I'm assuming that's fire.
Yeah. Ironhead not taking much damage off of Automatrix.
Yeah, I can't see any other way that Mega Steelix is going to do any damage. It would be probably a good idea for Quest to switch out.
Yeah.
Or Explosion.
Oh, okay, I mean, that's one thing to do, I guess.
It is. Unfortunately, though, it looks like... I'm assuming Magneton has the Eviolite. Just for that explosion to not do quite that much damage.
It might also have some good investment in, I think that's for special defense. Or just for defense, rather.
Yeah, I think it would be defense in this case.
So now it's Truth versus Preos the Kecleon.
There goes its substitute. I'm not entirely sure what Kecleon's abilities are here. I haven't really seen Kecleon too often. Oh, but there goes...
Well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have any defog users on either side. Maybe Delmise or Delmise. Oh, Recover. Interesting. So Dragon Claw gets rid of the substitute.
So then what are his other moves? We have Substitute and Aqua Tail.
That's... Well...
Oh.
Okay,
The
so...
ability-
It
Go
changed its... No, I was just going to say it changed its ability, but I was just curious as to why it would switch to Water versus Truth. It doesn't seem to have done much good here. Okay, and then now we have a Azumarill, Marin.
Ooh, that's a good way to keep Azumarill from switching out, having Truth use Glare.
Yeah, that reminds me also of my match with Quest when I used Superior on Superior's Glare on Azumarill.
Marin wasn't expecting a switch out clearly because it used a Fairy type move. Now we have Shipwreck the Delmise versus Automatrix. Automatrix using Volt Switch to pick out and bring out somebody else.
Serena, interesting.
I wonder what Serena will have to deal with.
Knockoff, there we go.
Very good. And Shipwreck had a choice band. So that could definitely have caused some problems for her. Oh! Shipwreck used Switcheroo to take the item off of Empress the Serena. It ends up dying anyway, but still, that was a very good idea. That's an interesting counter on Quest's part.
It is. I just wonder how this will affect like the later game with Serena essentially having no item. Or rather, no item.
Now it's Nash the Crobat versus Mystici the Milotic.
Ooh, and a taunt that'll prevent any kind of recovery. That's actually pretty smart.
Make the Sea Serpent angry. I don't know if it's a good idea to piss off a tank though.
Well, it prevents the tank from actually recovering, and since it's burned, I'm assuming it's holding Flame Orb.
Yeah.
If it does enough damage, Mystici could actually be taken out here. It looks like Noelle is trying to wear out Crobat as well, knowing that it does also have a hitter. That Scald, if it hit with the with the burn, it would have really killed its viability.
Yeah. Now it's the family throwdown. Golbat and Crobat.
Ooh, that Brave Bird.
I took a large chunk out of Nightfall the Golbat, and also took out a pretty big chunk of Nash the Crobat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a suicide. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense because with Stealth Rock both active and neither can really recover in time, it just kind of makes sense to take each other out there.
So now on a blank field, out comes Kecleon and Empress, who again does not have the assault vest that she came into the match with.
But there's a rapid spin.
There's a field clearing move. Only on Noel's side though. So
True, I'm just wondering what Kecleon's trying to set up for. I know it has obviously Substitute and I believe it was Waterfall earlier, or Aquatail?
Aquatail, yeah. I'm wondering that as well. Not really sure what Quest is trying to do with it.
It is kind of a tough situation right here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the lack of...
Lowered its attack.
Oh.
Why
yeah, and just in time for Aquatail.
So its ability Protean kicks in, but honestly I forget what it does. Aside from change it to water, but water is not...
It changes it to the type of the move you just used.
Yeah.
So, again,
So now it's water, and now it's weak to grass?
Essentially, yeah. So Empress is resisting all these Aquatails. I wonder if we're going to see a moveset change for the next match if Kecleon returns, just because Aquatail doesn't seem to do much damage against Noel's team, other than...
I'm guessing that Kecleon was prepared to face Volcarona.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Hydronoid, the Hydreigon comes out to face Magneton. Ooh, Crunch takes out a large chunk of Magneton there. Probably bit off about 1.5 heads.
Oh my god.
Interesting, both Pokemon here have multiple heads.
Well, they all share the same brain.
Just gotta get Dodrio in here and then have a real party. Hydreigon takes out Magneton. Truth comes in to pick up the dead body.
I wonder if Hydronoid's choice if it just used another Crunch rather than switching to a Dragon move. But Dragon Claw will take it out.
Truth has Rocky Helmet, so when a physical move is used against it, it does damage to the user.
Exactly. Now lastly we do have Marin, which isn't a good move to potentially do damage to Truth, but with this being Quest's last Pokemon. And there's a Paralysis. Oh boy. Paralysis is not Quest's friend. Oh wow, and there we go. There goes Marin to the final move of the match, Earthquake from Jardigan. So the score is 4-0, 4 for Noel, 0 for Quest, and this is just match 1.
Yep. So Noel is now 1-0 in the potentially 3 matches. They need one more victory before they can be declared the victor. So the next match will decide whether or not there's going to be a third.
Well, yeah, I mean, it still could go either way, like, especially with Quest's understanding. I think Quest is most likely either going to switch out Kecleon or find another potential counter to Volcarona that could also do a decent amount of damage to Noel's remaining team, just in case Noel doesn't bring Volcarona next time, for example. Like here, we didn't even get to see Lycanroc, and Lycanroc was supposed to, or I assumed Lycanroc was going to be the sweeper. So, again, I think it's anybody's match, honestly. And I do appreciate the fact that like both of these players kind of took like an offensive style this time around. Not saying that like stall isn't a valid strategy, because I use it a lot of people use it, but
you literally had a 47-minute stall off.
Yeah, so but we'll see. I mean, I think Amoonguss could do some really good damage to Noel as well, too, just from personal experience, and again with that regenerator. But we'll see. And I mean, this isn't to say that Noel can't change their team either. I know Noah likes to
it's
shake
really-
things up as well, but I really think Milotic will most likely reappear next match.
I think it would be very interesting if Quest had Kecleon out, who like we said we both think was there to take out Volcarona, and that didn't work this match obviously. So then if Quest would be like, well, I don't need Kecleon then, and then Noel sends out Volcarona for the next match, that could potentially cause problems.
Potentially.
So, do you have any more thoughts on round one here?
No, that pretty much covers it for me. I'm excited to get to the next match.
Yeah, okay, so tune in soon for the next match of the Grand Finals. I'm Fingered Witch from Butcher Blissies, joined by Lion Hugs of Mystical... by Lion Hugs of...
Whooper Blooper.
Whooper Blooper, yeah. Noel made a typo in the script.
It's alright. Luckily, I still remember my team's name.
Yes, I'm glad you did, because I could not for a minute. We will see you very soon.
Peace.